And we're live. Welcome to the fucking place that you lose your sanity.
It's gonna be extra losing the day.
Welcome to the only podcast in existence that has dedicated scheduling and cast, and no changes whatsoever, no deviation. Always us three, always on time, every week.
Every week. Always
never
on
missed
time.
a show.
I've never missed a show.
Rex?
Never ever would I miss a show. Never ever. False advertisement. It's automaton lies.
Exactly. We won't stand for this.
We will not stand for this.
Is that bitch speaking binary?
Now, since that project is shrouded in chaos and terror, because of things like that, we'll stay away from it. But man, we got some spice today.
My homie said they're non-binary. You know what? I hate the bots too, bro.
I hate it too.
Anyway, I'm done.
All right. Now that we've been sufficiently canceled. There
It's
goes
okay,
the
everyone.
fun.
I'm part of the community. It's okay.
I'll say, hang on, he got the pass.
He got the pass.
I got that one. Not any other one. Don't
We
don't come asking for any other ones.
Oh man. Okay, so I say, do we want to introduce ourselves, or do we want to just keep anonymous before we get knocked off the internet?
My address is.
Yeah,
no one looked at any VODs. No one go back and check the older VODs. We're nobody.
Yeah. Don't look in there. My social security number ain't in there.
I promise it's not.
Intros are easy. It's thing 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. He's pretty consistent.
We could introduce ourselves, but are we past that now? Or are we cool yet? Or like, do we still need to do that? You think? I
think we're good. I think if somebody comes in the chat and is like, "Who are you?"
Who these chuckle fuck?
Well, we have a story for you.
Yeah, I would say we'll get back into like what our entire group is, how we met, like all of that stuff.
It all started when someone made a really bad decision.
That's some deep lore for later.
Collectively, there were a lot of bad decisions in a row, and we ended up here.
Yeah, we're all here now. And we're still making those bad decisions. We just pivoted.
Oh yeah.
We're consistently making the bad decision. There's absolutely no stopping to that.
Speaking of bad decisions, the Polaris.
Oh!
Already, all right.
Man already took a fucking shot.
I'm ready.
All right. So with that, Icarus fires us straight into this week's topic. Exactly how bad this new RSI ship is.
Right, yeah.
He said something about a Polaris. I don't know what that means, so I'll just have to wing it from here. I can only assume it translates from some other language into bad.
That's what my guess is.
That's all I can think about. With that, though, we do have a little bit of news before we get into just talking animals. Or, honestly, man, you guys would have loved to be at the pre-show. Today's topics go all over the place, and I think we're just going to take a week to make people angry.
Yeah.
There are going to be people upset at the end of this for valid reasons or invalid reasons. I'll just preface that with thinking the Polaris is good isn't a valid reason.
No, I can make things worse here for myself. I already dug a hole for myself with the Polaris comment. I'll be safe in my interest because the Inferno owners won't attack me anyway.
Yeah, they're too busy attacking CIG. Oh man, we're getting real into it today.
Welcome to the Zero Filter episode where we decide to get ourselves canceled.
Yeah, I would say it was a good run. What do we do? 4 months. 4 months. I made it to like 3 of these, and then we're getting rid of it.
I'll see you guys in the gulag.
I would say if we survive this week, you'll see us next week. But who knows? This will probably be the best one for a bit.
I'm just saying, if you don't have a microphone, I don't think you should play this game. You can cancel me.
Oh,
have y'all seen that?
No.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'll have to show y'all later.
Okay, that's gonna be a thing for later. All right. Well, so we can get into the animals and the rants and the other things that we got going on. Let's go over this little bit of news for this week. Just a little bit of news. So there's a big thing going on in about 12 days. The big thing is Invictus launch week. If anybody else wants to explain it, maybe Icarus, you want to explain it while I pull up the video.
Well, first off, there's going to be no flyby of a certain RSI ship. It's fake news, doesn't exist.
Yeah, the RSI ship it doesn't exist, and it's bad, so it doesn't matter.
Can confirm, my cousin's brother's dad is CIG. He told me.
He's Cristino Roberto.
But Invictus launch week is really a big show of all the ship manufacturers and previous ships they've made, but also a lot of up-and-coming ones.
All the ship manufacturers you're missing, except one.
Except the manufacturers of Polaris.
No, that I'm not even kidding. There's one that's missing, technically.
Yep.
Yeah.
No shot, really? I did not see that. I'm blind.
Oh, there's one that's missing. They're running their own thing with blackjack and hookers.
Exactly. Hey, Chris, do you not know this?
We have the cool kids, and then we have the duct tape and WD-40 team of Drake.
Yeah. Exactly.
I was saying,
Drake got kicked out of Invictus.
Where?
I thought you were talking. I was like, wait, is there actually just a group missing? I was like, oh no, wait, those guys.
Yeah, those
we don't talk about them very often.
They're running their own event elsewhere because they have been banned from the UE events.
I got Drake hating me now. I got RSI hating me now. I got Inferno people hating me now.
I said, I don't think Drake hates you as long as you remember they exist.
Yeah, Drake the rapper?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, bro, he got his shit rocked this week. Anyway, it's a different story.
Man, we dipped in a lot of different places this week.
I don't want to be on the next diss track. I'm gonna give up on that. Anyway.
Yes, us as like J-list YouTube and Twitch and all movies.
But
like, we're on the list, but we nowhere near the top.
No, he got a wow.
We're the footnotes at the very bottom that no one reads.
We're in the credits after where the companies show up that did the animations.
But the Invictus launch week this year actually seems like it's gonna be pretty big because there is a flyby of the Polaris, which I'll give it to you guys. Like, it's here, it exists, it has a shape apparently.
Yeah. Then, it is not a player flyable. Just put that out there. It is not going to be in game as a flyable ship. It's like the Javelin tours almost. It's going to fly around and you can look at it.
Not even like the Javelin tour. It will just exist, fly around, and leave.
Yes,
exactly.
Sadly, no interior tours yet, but I did hear they are moving things along with the gray box and everything pretty quickly. So
it's kind of going to evolve like the Polaris development's gone. It'll appear for 25 minutes and then just gone for the rest of the time. it'll just show up and then disappear. You'll never know.
But also, I know they do have the full Idris tour, and they quote unquote it is unguided, so we can all explore the Idris finally.
Oh,
and
good.
Will the missile room be unlocked finally?
Oh my goodness,
the missile room.
Are we gonna see the forbidden door?
Honestly, in for anybody watching, in Discuss With Us, we want to see, whether during the stream or after the stream, we want to see people taking bets or making bets if we're going to see that missile room. Because I'm a solid believer that missile room, the ship will come out and it'll be locked. Like, we're never seeing in that room.
Man,
I honestly hope not. Like I genuinely think that'd be the best like long-standing ship post CIG could do. Is just not even give owners access to it.
That room's not there.
What? When that room finally finishes, I want it just to be a plastic folding chair with like a little wind-up missile rack in there, and that's it. That is that entire room.
There you go. The missile room was never there, Icarus. You have to stop. It wasn't your fault.
Give him a missile room. Oh man.
Anyway.
I'm too giggly for this shit.
Yeah, so big stuff coming with this Invictus launch week, I think. I think it's more not so much sheer volume of stuff, but more just the scope of what's going to be there. If that makes sense.
They've been pretty quiet on some ships and stuff here. This is all tinfoil hat, all speculation. A lot of people are saying people are saying, we might see, the Zeus appear and stuff, or the Galaxy might show up. Some of these ships that have been planned for a while that we saw a little bit on, but they've been moving ships along pretty heavily.
Yep.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, they did say that this ILW is going to have. I'm trying to find the exact quote. They talked about some like straight to fly or featuring ships that. Where's the quote? Sounds like a dumbass.
They made it sound like
more than usual.
It makes it sound like they've got at least 3 things coming based on the wordage. I also don't remember the quote, but what I gathered was 3 new ships, and one of them is either the one we already know about from the leaks that's coming in 323, or it's another like 3rd one that is coming for ILW. People are thinking the Legionnaire might be one of the 3 that comes out, which is plausible, but who knows?
The thing you're showing now, the little promo there, doesn't even show off some of the other stuff that was in the full like 40-50 second trailer.
Yeah, and I will show that in a second for anybody who's itching for it.
Real quick, does one of those F8s or do those F8s have?
They're the red. They're the red. They're 8As. Is it the F7A? F8A. F8A.
No, F8. Yeah, there's the F8, there's the F7. Some of those F7s don't have turret mounts. It's a little weird. I don't really know what they're going for.
They chose like a weird mix of ships, because even right there was or not right there, don't ask, but like in there was I saw Scorpius.
Yeah, well, I'm like it's the UEE's like Navy Week. They're bringing all the big things back to show off to the community of Stanton, which is like known in lore as a pretty business heavy. I won't say militarized because like they're not, but very secure system. So having this event makes sense. You bring in all the cool stuff, and really like there's a reason this thing has been on every planet. Actually, no, it was on Lorville first, but it's been on every planet but Lorville since they made Expo Halls. And it's because this is an investor event. Not only do they want investors from like players, they want the investors in lore. Like the rich people on the high rises of ArcCorp. They want them to be either enlisting in the military or giving their money to it.
It's like it's like the old like World War II, like buy war bonds type of deal. It's like invest your money with the Navy. We're here keeping you safe. We're out here fighting the good fight. Help us out by giving monies, please.
And as players, we're were the best investors they could seek. And like we inhabit the Stanton system, obviously. In lore, the Stanton system's seen a ridiculous economic boom that they blame for what is really the economic instability. But it does lend itself to events like this, because in an economically unstable time, where would you go to do your event? Probably the company of a mega corporation that intakes and outputs ridiculous numbers of investors day in, day out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why the US fleet books New York.
Right, yeah. A big, very high populous city with not only like the native population, but tourism is through the roof. So, of course, that's going to bring that in even more.
Yeah. It's from a lore perspective, it actually works, which I can say for half of the Star Citizen events is true. For the other half, not so much. But this one is one that makes sense.
Because you've got Defense Con, they're like, hey, we want to be part of this too.
No. Yeah, Defense Con's a bit more of a stretch, but Drake's like, everybody else gets a slice of cake, I want one too. The little kid at the end of the table that's just, I want my cake!
He's the kid trying to blow out the candles, even though it's not his birthday.
Yeah, it's not his birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
He blow the candles out there.
I've never heard a better example of what Drake is. That's wonderful.
That is Drake interplanetary to a T.
See, I'm just here to piss off everyone.
Yeah, exactly. This is just going to be a bad week for anybody that came expecting non-satirical content.
Icarus is here, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, I apologize.
That's all I got for you.
I'm sorry too.
All right, so I'm gonna play this video. We can break it down because it is only 45 seconds. So like,
let me break it down for you, Mark. Anyway.
Let me break it down. I don't break down good, so actually no, I break down great, but that's another conversation.
It's a different type of breaking down, buddy.
Oh man. Man, what are all those ships flying around?
Crazy.
Oh my goodness! Look, there is one thing of relevance in this clip.
Right, there's only one thing.
Only one relevant thing, and it's the Nursa.
The Nursa.
Very excited. I absolutely love that the community is calling it the Nursa.
That is the best thing.
Wonderful. For reference to those outside of the joke, that is a medical variant of the Ursa rover that's been nicknamed the Nursa.
And actually, it's been a pretty big discussion point for a while. People have mentioned that they wanted a medical ground vehicle for a long time.
Yeah, because
100%.
People are running into bunkers and trying to rescue people, and it sucks when you have an unconscious person at a bunker, and you're like, oh, I just showed up here on my Nox.
Right, yeah.
All right. Too bad.
Hang on. You just tractor beam them while you're driving it.
No, yeah. We've been there. We've had tier 1 injuries. We've had it where we can barely see anymore. We're limping around. You don't want to go all the way back to your ship. You go to park an Ursa right up to the door and, at least patch yourself up so you're not a sloppy mess.
Well, and this vehicle is not targeted by AA guns, right? Like, it's valuable.
I can't tell you how nice a Nursa would have been on that last Siege of Orison we did.
Oh my goodness. Honestly.
And honestly, because I was thinking about this too. With 3.23, the ships are slowing down a bit, everything, and I have nothing against master modes. I think it's great. I'm starting to wonder, though, if turrets at bases are going to become a much higher threat because of the slower speeds. So ground vehicles like this could be... They could become a top-tier thing.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think most people who claim to be medics and claim to do medical will end up having one of these Nursas in their fleet.
I know I will.
Say you will.
I have the perfect spot for it, too. Right in the hangar of my medical Galaxy beside my medical Pisces.
Oh, perfect. So like we said, only thing of relevance will continue, because there is absolutely nothing else of relevance in this shot.
No, there's nothing in the sky.
Nope.
It's the sun.
Yeah, there's the sun. He's wearing very interesting armor. Very interesting armor from not the worst medical organization in the game, which that's good. Anybody who knows that joke, no, I am not calling out Medrunners. I'm calling out someone else.
You know who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are.
If you're watching this, why? For one,
Yeah,
and two, you know who you are.
Yeah.
Two, please subscribe.
Please, you are the 1 to 3 people that no. If you're not one of those people, enjoy. We love having you here. All right, and continuing before I get ourselves even more canceled.
Hey guys, on Twitch, stop.
Twitch, please. Oh, right.
Man, you guys see that ship there?
Which one?
Right there. You see that? I think there's something special about that.
Actually, back up a little bit because I saw something that piqued my interest as well.
We gotta go back a little bit. Like right there.
A little more.
How far back do you want to go?
A little more. Also, any public. Oh, right there. Is that a No, you had it,
brother. It's not live. Brother,
you moved it. Oh no, it's the lag between me watching the stream
there's
and me
latency,
talking to you.
Brother.
There's like an MPUV in the background there. I thought that was kind of a nice touch.
Yeah. It's the MPUV that's got the Mr. T haircut.
Yeah. I thought that was a nice little touch, and him bringing out a UPS box. That's wonderful.
Mm. Well, it's great. It's the MPUV with tractor beam on its head.
Exactly.
It's great. Yeah, and, nothing of value here. Saluting guy, hammerhead, fucking
hey,
whatever they are.
My F8. F8, that's my baby.
Forgot the name. Oh, there's some Hornets. Obviously, this seems new, but I don't know.
No, my favorite ship here is the Rock to the right. Thank you, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Okay, I have to acknowledge it. Like I didn't for the meme want to acknowledge it, but does anybody else see anything wrong? I've got it paused with the direction in which the ship at the top of the screen is flying. Like, does it look off to anybody else? Because for me, it feels like it's floating straight up into the air.
Yeah, it's pull up.
Does it not look like it's going straight up?
It does.
I'm trying to look at it and see if like I'm just seeing it in a bad angle. Oh,
is it an illusion?
Oh, it is definitely an illusion. Okay, yeah, no, it's definitely an illusion because I thought it was like it was nose up sliding along the way. No, it's most definitely an illusion. You can tell the tailpipe. It just sits in a weird spot.
Oh, it's the underbelly. Looks like, yeah.
As opposed to it just going whee.
I much prefer the first answer of it just pulling up as they're screaming.
It's just going ballistic.
Oh man.
Like, okay. I'll go back a step. Oh, went back 2 steps. I went back 1 step.
Yeah. Oh, in the chat. Fall in the chat.
You can tell it's an illusion because it was flying. Exactly.
Oh.
All right.
He in on it too now.
With all the crap I've been giving to the ship, this shot looks pretty solid. I won't lie. This little fleet entry shot's pretty sick.
It is.
And like, again, these shots are pretty cool.
I would say, all jokes aside, the Polaris looks really cool.
Yeah, it took us 25 minutes into the stream to say it, but the Polaris is aight.
I like seeing some of these larger ships finally done. and actually seeing the detail on them. Because, let's be real. The past few years, we've kind of seen the same ships, maybe slightly redone differently, over and over. Seeing a different ship is really cool. Like, it's the progression for Star Citizen.
Exactly. No, and that's the thing that makes the most sense, is like the game needs to progress, and like it's the next, everybody's all about it's the next big ship, but like it is. It's the next capital ship. Most people love their capital ships. Who knows? Some people may not. Maybe you hate capital ships, but it is the next one, so you gotta take it as you get it.
Don't hate on our capital ships. We love them.
I'm downplaying it because of my glorious amount of wallet involved sins with this game.
See, I was gonna point and laugh at you, but I'm right there with you.
I would say, yeah, like feel free. I need to stop.
See, we're bad for each other. We fund it, and then we also fuel each other and go, do it.
Oh yeah, like if you were sitting with me and I'm like, man, I really feel like I want an Idris just because like I want it, and like rent's paid, groceries are already paid for. The response from the people in this group would be, man, go for it.
No, I know you've seen the meme. The guy sitting there with the skeleton over his shoulder telling him what to do. That's Star Citizen saying, buy it.
Yeah. You can have this for one installment of $2,000.
Man, I can invest this money and make a more solid future myself. Buy a JPEG capital ship.
Buy. It's like,
I wish.
You know what? Buy sounds like a good idea.
I wish it wasn't true, but it is.
Buy, you say? That seems like a really good plan.
Man, I could share this JPEG for the next 4 years.
So, we did say that this is going to be a thing all about animals, but we didn't get any submissions or anything. And we never got that acute creditor or whatever. So we got nothing on that. But
I just want to say, I'm already out here roasting everyone else, so I'm gonna say it. I'm disappointed in you all. None of you put really low effort animals in. I was hoping for a blob or something.
Oh, like I wanted the most hilarious deck of low effort animals. Like if you hit us with like the space squirrel and somebody just written like squirrel in space helmet. Like I would have been down. like you just call it something like I don't even know what you call
squirrel needs to be misspelled.
Yeah.
If y'all can't tell, we're not exactly the most serious group of folks. So like, feel free to give us some dumb shit.
I know one thing though. Inferno Flyer's aim is seriously bad.
It's not the ship, it's the pilot. All right. Well, because I want to segue into that rant because I think that'll be fun for people to listen to. I want to spend at least a little bit of time talking about animals before I lose that entirely.
Let's get Steve Irwin on.
Nah, let's go. Well, damn, we got the dogs and the birds. So.
And I have heard there's actually been some really good progression for the AI for the dogs and everything, and they're actually working properly. And apparently it's wonderful, but it's also apparently terrifying.
Yeah, I have also heard, I'm very glad to have heard, that they apparently do not spawn in space stations anymore. I know last time I was here on the show that those guys spawned in space stations.
So. Now, see, that's a feature. That's not a bug. I want to come out of my room and see some poor guy running for his life from a space dog.
I want to see him running from a real dog.
They don't spawn in space stations, but God is my witness. I plan on helping them become an invasive species.
They will invade space stations.
See,
One way or another.
10's gonna make a problem to sell the solution. Man, you all have rabies? Come join me for my medical shit.
Exactly.
Right. We can take care of that. It's crazy, guys. No, I know there's a hospital on the station, but come on, come to my hangar. Trust me.
You want to go to that dog-infested hospital?
The hospital with all the rabies dogs? I wouldn't go there.
No. Come hang out with me. Trust.
we have the Nursa, the Galaxy, and the Pisces.
No.
We got all kinds of beds.
Well, and like, it's gonna be, oh my goodness, it's gonna be hilarious when these animals happen because nobody's thought about it yet. I think we might be the first stream to publicize it, but bird strikes are gonna be a thing in Star Citizen.
Oh man.
Dude, I learned today that some military airports have an anti-bird gun emplacement that just like clears the air above them. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even think about that. We need that.
They fire like lasers in the sky and
Birds over here in Nam 2.0.
Right. We're gonna need those for birds.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh man, Shinobi! If the dogs have a knockout feature like humans, oh man, oh that's a good point.
Like I said, that I'm helping them. I'm helping them invade these stations. Oh, Bo said Cutter, and it reminds me. Yes, that's right. We're gonna get them into the promenade. I am releasing the dogs into the promenade in New Babbage. Mark my words.
Oh man. But
so we got the four-eyed space dogs. That's good. And then the birds. The burbs.
Man, I think it's really cool that we're finally getting animals in the game and seeing them. It's gonna make the planets feel so much more alive. And also, I'm so ready to, be stupid and leave the back of my ship open and walk in and have a dog just pounce me.
Well, I've got it on stream now. Just a shot of the Copion, the new dog, or the new dog-like creature. Yeah, the acute predator.
Yeah, that's an acute predator, bro. That ain't. Yeah, get it right.
Acute predator, right there.
That's my boy.
It's the Copium, or it's the Copium rather.
Boy, I swear. Nah, Swerve is on one foe. He is. I'm surprised he's not in here right now, or he wasn't in here defending the whatever that fucking thing's called, Polaris.
He felt a disturbance in the force.
Yeah, exactly.
Metal Dorito.
And otherwise, we have Space Burb. I'll pull that up. Oh, wow! It will not pull up because that is a very big image allegedly.
Extra large.
Extra large, exactly.
I'm also just browsing the Star Citizen subreddit just to pick up some stuff from this week that we may have missed. Dude, I look at that thing and I'm like, hey, that's a Ramphorhynchus.
That's a who?
Like I know that bird. It's a flying reptile. It's a Ramphorhynchus. Look it up. Google it. I don't know how to spell it. Figure it out.
I'm just gonna say right now, there ain't a single thought between those eyes.
No,
there's not. It is not.
It's like a
featherless pelican.
Like I'm ready to bird strike some birds.
The A1's finally gonna have a purpose to blow up the area to clear out birds.
Well, like I feel
I really wish. Is there Dorito Derisser? What? Foe? Okay, Foe's on one too.
He's lost.
Man.
This is why I wish we would have gotten the Genesis Starliner already, because that's the perfect for like bird strikes.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna be extra lows today, losing today. Man, can you imagine buying a multi-million-dollar spaceship just to get taken out by a bird?
Oh, right.
SBF's got it. Hey, they're all working on water physics, so I mean, maybe eventually we can crash land in the water safely after bird striking the fucking pelicans.
That buoyancy that ships don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
You just gotta remember to bring boxes. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you bring in a box and cargo boxes.
Next time on our podcast, we'll hit Crash Land.
Hull C, the most buoyant ship in the game.
Man.
Can't sink because it's got pontoons on every side.
That's just the Connies. They look like giant pontoons.
Potato, wouldn't you like to know?
I found that out early on in my Star Citizen adventure. I found that out the hard way. So like I said, I'm scrolling through the subreddit. Do y'all want to hear a couple things that I happened to notice?
Yeah, what's been going on this week that we missed?
So, I think like we know, but we kind of just let it go. There's now at least within the PTU, there's a second terminal at New Deal. Like,
yes,
it happened, ladies and gentlemen. There's been Mr. President. There's been a second terminal.
I don't think anyone understands how great of news that is, because the amount of times I have gone there and there is some mouth-drooling, no-brain cell looking basic spacesuit bitch standing there at the terminal, not even doing anything. Man.
I don't remember who it was that said it. Maybe it was Drex. Someone said it, but they're standing there comparing Oracle stats. And they're looking at every ship as they go, and it's like, dude, I know what I want. Move, let me buy it, and then you can have it
get
back.
Off the terminal.
Mr. New Deal, there's been a second terminal.
Second terminal. Oh, man.
Nothing against anyone that's browsing ships and stuff, but the people that just stand in the way of it and you can't access it, man, I hope you step on a Lego.
Right.
I thought that was some fun news.
That's great news.
I know a lot of people were excited about that one. Apparently, within the 323 EPTU, javelins are there. People are finding them while they're doing like bounty missions.
Really?
So, yeah, that's fun.
That's terrifying and awesome.
It is. They kind of just snuck them in. And it's like, oh, there's the javelin there.
Man, can you imagine they're like, hey guys, we finally gave you the Idris, so the pirates now stole a javelin. Have fun.
Yeah, now they've got one.
You're gonna need it.
I ain't gonna lie, I would do a U-turn.
All right, you guys ready for the rant that I've been hinting this whole time?
Go for it.
All
right. Well, we're gonna go back to the browser capture. I was waiting till it pops up.
There it is.
Man, what a great shit for taking out capital ships, and that's not sarcastic at all. It actually isn't. It's wonderful.
So, yeah, as everybody can expect that watches our stream, like, we're around in the community. We watch things, and we're like watching things that other content creators make and paying attention to that. I saw what made me so mad about the Ares this week. So mad. so mad. And I'm going to talk about it. Also,
talk about it, Drex.
I was about to say keen-eyed viewers will notice the thing that is wrong with this picture. And we have at least one keen-eyed viewer.
Violence is the answer.
Yeah. Right on the store page.
I love that.
Right on the store page.
Violence is. Hey, they don't beat around the bush, man.
Crusader's a question. Violence is the answer.
No, you know
That's
what?
why I like Crusader.
I'm gonna be real with both of you. That is the last thing I expected Crusader to put, but I respect them even more now.
Oh no,
Right?
Crusader didn't put that. That's Inspect Elemented.
Oh,
Is it?
Yeah,
okay. I thought you did. I thought that was part of it. I thought, bro, that's a very Drake thing to say. I'm shocked that they would do that.
Man.
No, I couldn't inspect
CIG?
the upper part, but it was gonna be Crusader's the question, violence is the answer.
Man, CIG, if you somehow see this, please put that there.
Yeah, we need that there just like as an April Fool's one year. Sell the Ares, and the tagline just needs to be violence is the answer.
Violence is the answer.
Oh man.
That's so good.
So the gist of this rant, I can make it pretty simple and then expand from there. People in the Star Citizen community, and I'm calling out every single person who is in the it's bad because it has spread community.
Butter haters be like,
machine guns have spread. Oh no, my M249 can't hit a target at 3 kilometers. Must be the gun's fault. Yeah. Anybody else have anything to say on that before I keep going?
They're the equivalent of the same people, guys. We're adults now. The square goes in the square slot, okay?
No.
I know that the rant is talking about the whole deal with the Ares right now, with the Inferno. But I feel like this spans the entire community with just about any ship in the game, of people getting a ship, either not knowing like what it's for or wanting it to do something else, and then getting upset when it doesn't.
Yep.
Let me just zoom in on that real quick, so everybody in the stream can see it.
In case anyone doesn't know what the ship does, it does not. It's not meant for fighting light fighters. Funny enough.
No. So recently it's been tested. Sorry, go ahead, Icarus.
I'll say, if you buy this ship and you expect to dogfight an arrow in it, you're wrong.
Yes, recently a stat breakdown from someone who, and I'm not going to name names so they don't get canceled, who tends to be objectively right in their testing because they are pretty, they're pretty thorough. They had thorough testing and then made the most awful take that they could have on the ship because, and again, I'm not quoting, I'm just interpolating whatever.
Speculating.
Yeah. It sounded like they were of the opinion that this ship should be able to fight light fighters and things, which it shouldn't, because that doesn't make sense, and that the performance being better on larger ships because the gun has a higher spread means it's wrong. I don't know.
They are incredibly powerful ships. For anyone that's actually flown one and hit a smaller ship with these weapons, it turns into confetti. It's a pinata.
The bullets are strong.
I'll say, making this thing capable of reliably fighting light fighters would be stupid. There'd be no reason to buy anything but this for dogfighting.
Yeah, this would defeat everything else.
Yeah, it's just not what it's for. Also, I have to agree with Foe that it's meant to kill Polaris. Exactly.
It's designed
That's exactly
right
what it's for.
So,
Also, I love this. Oh, go ahead.
I'll say Polaris, Idris, Kraken, Javelin, gigantic ships that are easy targets and have heavy shielding. That's a big gun. It's meant to hit those things.
And like, if we get there and the DPS isn't high enough, like, I'm not going to retract this current statement that the spread is the thing that is wrong. But if that's what we're nickel and diming about, the spread of a machine gun designed to fire at what is essentially 200-meter long ships, that's where I get no issue. If the DPS of that machine gun is bad when the ship comes out, okay, that's a thing. Like, okay, if the ship's underperforming, fine. But if it's underperforming because its gun has spread, like I said, my M249 is not a sniper rifle. And it never was.
Well, I mean, even still, it's not underperforming because it has spread. That's just one of the qualities of that ship's weapon for what it's suited for. So, yes. Like, it's not even underperforming. Like, it just comes back again to you're just using it wrong.
Yeah, the A10 Warthog, which most people in our community will know about, very popular plane. Exactly, Bert. It has been falsely assumed that it is good at taking on tanks because its gun is accurate. It's not. The gun really isn't accurate, and the pilots can only fire it in short bursts because pulling the trigger really screws up the flight pattern of the ship. Or the plane.
I'll say, no, a fun fact. The reason they do bursts is if they fire it too long, it would fall.
Yeah, they would run out of forward momentum.
It has enough firepower where it will make the plane go, oh no, bro, and fall.
Well, and like, okay, I'm getting real ranty about the Ion and the Inferno. The Ion, I admit, for the last couple patches, not been in a great place. Their new system is a charged weapon. I think there needs to be more feedback on the charged weapon, but the idea of there being a weapon that charges, personally, is a better way of going about it, because it is going to be tough to get a full charge and land that on a fighter. And if somebody's good enough to do that, I hope you're out there popping arrows with your ridiculous charged laser cannon. But if you're just pulling the trigger, you should do basically nothing.
Yeah, no, it's... And again, this is you don't get a mole to go do bounty hunting. You don't get a Gladius to go do mining.
No.
These ships have roles. They do something. Take the 5 seconds it takes to read and understand what the ships do, and I promise you're going to have a better time and understanding.
Yeah, again, we said we were going to call people out today, and we really are. Like, this is a thing in the Star Citizen community, and this is the thing that'll get us canceled, like, inevitably. But it's not just are you good at the game, are you bad at the game? It's about bringing the right tool almost equally as much as if you're good. Because an ace pilot in an Arrow is going to dogfight infinitely better than an ace pilot in an Ares. But the Arrow's killing nothing of large scale, where the Ares is trying to rip through the hull of an Idris.
So I kind of want to, put in some, just because I personally am a huge fan of the Ares.
Same.
Personally, I favor the Ion. I love it to death. It is one of my favorite ships to fly, and I'm not even really a big combat person, but that, even just as just to fly around, that ship is just wonderful. I love it. I've hit a couple shots on smaller ships, and they've certainly gone boom with one hit. But I mean, that was nothing but luck, with a bit of luck thrown into it. It is not meant for that, but it is so fun to attack a hammerhead with it, because that's what it's meant for, and that's where it's most enjoyable.
Oh, and you have this innate power over something you are not supposed to have power over.
Well,
right.
And I would almost argue that the Ares series of ships is probably one of the best support ships to have come along, especially when you're doing higher tier bounties. You still have the small ships, you have the little guys that are going to be paying the butt, so, your F7, your F8s, arrows and stuff that you bring along are going to be great for those. It turns into a pain when you end up fighting, a hammerhead or something else with thick, bigger, stronger shields. Bring this out, it's a whole new ballgame.
Well, these ships are supposed to, they're supposed to fight in the same, I don't want to say same bracket, but, they're Vanguard-style ships. They're a single-seater that competes in the Vanguard's weight class. And the Vanguard, where it's designed clearly with its weapon package to be able to engage both smaller and bigger ships, this doesn't have that dynamic engagement.
No. Not at all. It can. You can get shots on smaller ships if for no other reason than just sheer, just the way the numbers work. If you fire enough rounds, eventually, you're going to hit it.
And a good pilot will hit more shots than a bad pilot.
Right. But at the end of the day, it's not what it's for.
Exactly. And, if I lay out a hail of Gatling gun rounds, that's awesome. That'll be a lot of fun. But I'm also not expecting that hail of Gatling gun rounds to be the be-all and end-all of my, Star Citizen combat.
Right.
Also, everybody that's complaining, I'm gonna make another real big statement. If you are complaining about the Inferno, as is right now, comparing it to a A10 Warthog plane, like we said before, it cannot fire its gun for that long, or else it will literally fly backwards. In the vacuum of space, this ship, balancing changes or not, has been balanced not only so that it is fun to use, they're attempting to make sure it's effective against capital ships. We only have 2 of them in game, so the testing is difficult. And it does not fly backwards when you pull the trigger. They have fixed the fatal flaw of every Gatling gun aircraft of the modern era. And I think that means something. I don't know. People in chat can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that should mean something.
I mean, I'm with you on that.
It comes down to ship functionality, and it's what drives me crazy when I talk to some people about the game, is people like the looks and designs of certain ships, which I totally understand. There's a lot of cool looking ships in the game. But they have a functionality. Can you technically bring a mole to a bounty? You can. I'm going to tell you, you're going to have the worst time of your life. You're going to have the worst time of your life.
Yeah, the question at that point becomes, should you? And it's no.
Yeah. No, you should not. And that's what this comes down to is, should I bring a capital ship killer to a dogfight with a bunch of smaller fighters? You can, but you're going to have a bad time.
Hey, you're not going to have fun. They're going to fly circles around you. You're not going to land your shot, and you're going to get killed. And then you're going to be upset. Oh, game bad, ship bad. No, brother, you bad.
And with that said, I'm putting my money on the line before we get this AUEC wipe. I'm going to go purchase, actually tonight, after we end the stream in about 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to go purchase both Ares versions and hold them in my account so that I can fly them in next patch. And ideally next patch comes out before next stream. And at some point, I'll really sink my teeth in and I will give you results. If the person who made the video is correct, the ship is a piece of garbage because of this spread, I will honestly say that. If it is not a piece of garbage, I will also honestly tell you guys.
But it's to prove a point. I get what you're doing, but at the same time, it's it doesn't even need to be proven. anyone that understands the role of the ship understands, hey, it does what it's supposed to. It actually does it fairly exceptionally.
Well, and I'm also just interested. I just want to see how it performs in the next patch. Because one person I've talked to says it's gotten better. Lots of other people are wholly convinced it has gotten a whole lot worse. Which I don't think, based on what I've seen, I don't think it's gotten a whole lot worse. Like, I think these changes are positive. Also, like Shinobi said, this is the first step towards, like, Mac cannons or things like that from Halo.
Yeah,
which is exciting to think about.
Right?
Wait.
Just incredibly.
Well, and that's the thing. I'd already say these are both very unique ships. If I can hear that thing charging up and sending out a round in the middle of a fight with capital ships, I think it's just to make the Ion cooler.
Yeah, right. Like it's the cool factor, and I think by the numbers, these ships admittedly won't do very well. Just like in reality, I don't think the A10 Warthog by the numbers does very well in reality. I may be wrong. But if you look at the raw statistics of the plane, it probably doesn't look amazing. But using it correctly, those numbers only matter in certain contexts, which is the whole thing.
But
here.
You know what? And I just had to do a double take because you said it as well. You said a lot of people compare it to the A10, correct?
Yeah, the Inferno has been immediately compared to the A10.
Okay.
By the whole community, essentially.
Okay, cool. So, I'm going to say it right now. All of you just called yourselves out. The A10 is not a dogfighter. End of discussion.
It's also not a tank.
Right, yeah.
like, you guys understand it. I know you do. But, come on.
The pieces are there. Please, put it together.
Even Ground Strike as a CAS plane, the reason it does so well at ground striking things is not because its gun is like, oh, I'm gonna shred armor. It does so well because when you're flying and firing like 50 rounds a burst of depleted uranium, you're gonna at least shake the shit out of whatever tank you're hitting or whatever building you're hitting. Like, it does not matter if the round is actually going through because you're shaking the target. And with Maelstrom, that should happen. Like, this is a ship that is designed to pull off the heaviest armor of other ships by saturating the target. I don't think it's designed to just go through the armor.
Yeah.
The Ion maybe because, like, by the idea of a laser weapon, it should technically create a big hole in one place as opposed to saturating. But, like...
I mean, that's... Again, it's simple. That's what the ships are designed for. Just like we have mining ships and, dogfighting ships. We have exploration ships. They have a purpose and functionality. Yes, they can do other things, but it's not their main purpose.
Well, and as far as what's in the game right now, they do the things that they were designed to do. Like, out of game, and in the lore, okay, admittedly, these ships should be doing a lot more than they are now. I get it. I think everybody here gets it. But based on systems we do not have, and systems that we do have, these ships have to be taken into account as far as what can be done today. Which is, for the Inferno, the damage is incredibly high against bigger ships. Like, it is incredibly high. These rounds are going to go straight through larger ships, and smaller ships have a little bit of trouble. It takes you 7 seconds. But CIG can't accurately model that on the smaller ship, your round, like on an arrow, your round is probably going in one side of the hull and out the other side. Because it doesn't on the big ships either. It's all what hits the hull.
And that's the thing with these. Like you said, I've seen Infernos fight a Hammerhead. You can just go on your merry way. That Hammerhead ain't surviving.
Oh, it's horrifying. I've run bounties in an Inferno before. Like, yeah, your ammo capacity isn't the best, but like, you're out here to kill a capital ship. You probably aren't fighting a whole lot of those in quick succession. Unless you are, in which like I'm losing it. But
what are you doing?
Yeah, like
what situation did you put yourself in?
Your ship is designed to be a first strike fighter. That's also why it doesn't have like the range of a Vanguard. You fly it into an area, you rip a target open, and you send it back to base. Because it's not the late game fighter.
No, it's not.
It does alpha damage.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Trust me, I haven't lost it entirely.
Entirely.
Only slightly.
O's right. If you're in that situation, you need some logistics.
Exactly.
And you know who can provide those?
Us.
Us. Lifeboat logistics.
That's what we do. I think.
We do stuff.
Hey, we do it well, but we don't know what we're doing.
We have done, will do, and will continue to do stuff.
Indeed. And you know what? No one can stop us from doing stuff.
No. No one can
we
stop
do
us.
How much Shinobi? We do stuff is a good summary.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why anytime, like in the past with the introductions, mine's always, hey, I hang around, I do stuff.
Exactly.
That's what I mean, that's me. I do stuff, man.
All right, so since we didn't get anything from our submissions this week, I'm going to try again, because we are out of time. If you guys want to hear a rant or anything about specific ships, please drop something in the submissions. Just be like, hey, I want to hear about X, or Y, or whatever ship you want to think about. If
even
I see,
Z.
I would say if I see literally someone say X, Y, or Z, they're getting a server timeout. But otherwise, we're good to go.
We'll still have a discussion about those letters, but the timeout still will happen.
But you're still getting a server timeout for being shiesty. Don't try Drex. But no, for real, we want to know what you guys want us to talk about, and like, obviously, whoever's watching, you guys are the lifeblood of the community, so we want to know. And anybody who's watching and not part of our community, feel free to join, unless you're of the 3 people we don't talk about.
We do want your interaction too. We do want to hear your thoughts, your opinions, what you think of it, and we'll gladly make it a discussion point.
Yes, because like between the 3 of us, we can talk about anything forever. But like, if y'all aren't enjoying it and no one watches, what's the point?
I could talk about how much I hate people talking about the Ion all I want, but it doesn't matter if people don't care.
Right. Anyway.
So on that terrible disappointment.
Anyway.
On that terrible disappointment, I think it's time to end.
Alrighty, boys. Man, I can't wait to see what we rant about next week.
I would say everybody say goodbye. Realistically, we may not be back for next week because we called out a lot of people and a lot of things this week. Man, if you guys get lucky and we're still here, party.
Party.
Yeah, really. Just we made it, boys.
We'll have a Lifeboaties Dead party next week, whether we get kicked off or not. But I won't be there because obviously the last couple weeks I've been like, yeah, I'm gonna run a stream. Let's do this kind of episode, and then I'm just like, all right, I'm dead, so I'm not here.
All right, I won't be there, guys. That's like the highlight of my Thursday. Hey, I can't make it this weekend.
Wait, no, you guys forgot how we started. Drex has never missed an episode. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
I'm
remember?
over here. I've been drinking. You gotta forgive me. Anyway.
To end a beautiful note, this gun, reminder to everybody watching, this gun, not designed for fighters.
It's the size of a fighter.
Right? That is the size of an arrow. It is not meant to shoot them.
Yes, Potato is correct. Violence is, as Crusader says in their site, violence is the answer.
Violins are the answer. So.
All right, everybody. We'll catch you on the next stream.
Have a good one.
See ya.